Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Elder Scrolls Online Let's Talk video with me, Sherman. Today guys, we're going to be talking about the racial passive changes that happened with patch 4.3.3. Now, I haven't had a lot of time to do every single DPS test. I've mostly been doing stamina DPS, and I can kind of go over what I've found so far. I know, first day, and you're already releasing a video talking about this, but it's important that we know how stamina DPS is working and is going to work with this new changes to the racials. And I know in my video I said that there was going to be a lot of light greater stats and stuff. So this is an Argonian on PTS right now, and as you can see I have 16k health, 29k stamina. I have a little bit more stamina than what I did on live. I think I had 28k on live, and about the same on health when I was testing before this. This is prior to this. So before this change, I was running about 16k health, right around 16k health, right around 28, almost 29k max stam. But as you can see, the food made a difference. Like, the food... we are being affected by food with CP, and we are being affected by CP with our the rest of our stuff. Now, so you guys can see, I am running Veladrits with Reliquin, all divines, 5 medium, 1 heavy, 1 light, and then I'm running 3 advancing Yodakai, or Yodaka, jewelry with all weapon damage, 2 infused, 1 bloodthirsty, and then dual weapons. And I'm running a Nirnhone main hand with a absorb stamina, and offhand I'm running a poison damage enchant, and then on the bow bar I'm running a weapon damage enchant. Now, I've done about 3 parses per race. I mean, every single race, from Breton all the way through Imperial, and then I just kind of went in a row. I started with Breton, went down from there to Orc, to Redguard, to High Elf, Wood Elf, Khajiit, Imperial, and then I went backwards through the other ones. So I went Nord, Dark Elf, and I ended with Argonian. The reason I ended with Argonian is because this is what I play on live. I play a Stamina Argonian DPS. So, both a Nightblade and a Dragon Knight. The reason I chose Argonian to begin with was because I thought it'd be different to have, you know, to play something a little different than what most people play. And I don't play the meta, so I don't follow that criteria. I still min-max my characters to the maximum, but on live I don't have these sets yet. On live I'm actually running Hunting's Rage with, I'm trying to remember the name of it, Briarheart right now, and I run that with the Meladrits. I think it's Meladrits. Or, what is that one called? I'll have to look real quick. Give me a second. Mafala. That's the set I run. I run the Mafala set. So I'm running Mafala with it. I'm trying to find it real quick. Right here, Spawn of Mafala. I run this, so I have more stamina than I do weapon damage. But the difference is that this procs damage every so many seconds whenever you heavy attack. It's not as effective as Veladrits, like damage-wise, but I do about 28k on live, and here, with that setup, I almost do about 28k. It's like 26 to 27. Now, this is a bad parse right here. These are my other 2 parses that I did. And as you can see, this is on a 3 million, by the way. I didn't do a 6 million because I wanted to get in and test. And unfortunately, I'm on European servers, so I don't have a way to really... I have to go through every race individually. And like I said, doing 3 parses is nothing. It doesn't take long. So my best parse was 32k. With the Argonian. Now, I did this with every race. The Dark Elf and the Orc were pulled ahead of all the other races. Khajiit pulled in 3rd. And then the rest of the races fell in behind. But here's the thing. The damage difference was very, very, very small. 32 here, 35 with the Dark Elf. That was the highest parse I got. And the rest of them were between 35 and 32. So within 3k of each other for all three parses. Now I'm a lot better with parsing with a Dragon Knight, and so I can do it really quick. And I'm going to go ahead and do it for you guys real quick so you can see what I can do with this now, hopefully. We're going to find out. So let me go ahead and buff up. Now I'm just going to run a full parse here so you guys can see for yourselves. I'm going to have to do some heavy attacks too, because that's the only thing I don't like about the Argonian, is I do have to heavy attack to maintain, so I have to throw a heavy attack in between my gotta throw that in there. So I can do about 2 of those one attacks, the talons, before I need to, because I have to heavy attack in there to sustain. So and you got to remember, this is like, if I was playing, even if I was playing in a group, like, I would have a lot better sustain, so I wouldn't be doing this as much. I wouldn't be heavy attacking as much. So I'd probably be able to sustain a lot better. Now, I am running Dubious Cameron Throne, and I keep doing that. It's a bad habit. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can get this down. There we go. So, there we go. 35k. This time, and this is with an Argonian. So my best on a Dark Elf was 35k. My best with an Argonian, 35k. It was 35k 900 and something, almost 36k with the Dark Elf. So 35 416 with the Argonian. I gotta grab my pen real quick. Hold on, guys. Write this down so I don't forget, because I wanna keep track of all this stuff, so I can bring you guys correct, accurate results when I do it. Remember, I'm not very good with parsing, so I'm not gonna pull 40-50k like most people. 35 to 40k is about what I can do on a good day. Like 40k on a good day, 35 normally. So when I'm with a group, I do about 42, 43k DPS. I can't get much higher because I don't know how to do all the animation canceling and all that like most people do when it comes to their rotations. So, but 35k is passable for in-game. And like I said, I did this with the Dark Elf, I did this with Khajiit, I did this with pretty much every race there is, and all of it stamina DPS. And I'm going to show you what my stats look like here so you guys can see. I have, on all the races, no matter what, I have about 116 stam recovery base, and when I have a potion, I have about 1282. So this is running Dubious Cameron Throne with recovery pots, running Advanced Unokai, Reliquane, Veladris. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this while you guys are watching. I'm going to go ahead and swap races. And this time I'm going to go to Dark Elf, so you guys can see. Like, Dark Elf was the one I got the best results with, besides Argonian now. So, and that was because I got really lucky with that rotation. Like, that was probably my best rotation tonight. Or today. I'm saying tonight, I don't know why. It's not like I haven't been up for 5-6 hours. But yeah, I've been on PTS since it went live. So I've been, like, I did my recording, uploaded it. While I was recording, I was actually parsing. Or while I was uploading, I was actually doing parse tests and stuff. So, and getting everything set up on the PTS, because it's not the live for me. It's European right now. It's not US. So here we go, looking at the Dark Elf. As you can see, we have 15k health. We don't have 16k like the Argonian. We have 31k max stamina, but our weapon damage is a lot higher, and we do have a higher, the same crit chance with the same recovery. So we're going to do a parse again. And just go through the process, guys. Now this one, for some reason, I can actually keep up the 3, unlike the Argonian, where I had to keep doing heavy attacks. I can actually do 2 full rotations with the Dark Elf because of the, oops, bad Sherman. Because I had to, I don't need to do as much with them for some reason. I don't get it. So I'm gonna drop Dawnbreaker, and I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 of those. Potion. But as you can see, like I'm pretty self-sustaining right now with being a Dark Elf even. And a Dark Elf has no real stam recovery, so oops, I did 4 of those that time. I did it again. I do like playing this build though. I'm not gonna lie, like I think that that this is gonna be something that we're gonna see quite a bit of. It's not Dragon Knights, but there we go. So 34k on the Dark Elf. Now this is average. This is what I average, about 34 to 36k, like almost 36k is what I always pull on a Dark Elf. As you can see though, we have 5,431 weapon damage, a lot of crit, lots of penetration, and our damage isn't too bad. Our crit, the damage and stuff isn't too bad. It's pretty close to that of the Argonian. Now I'm going to do one more change. I'm going to change out to Khajiit, because Khajiit is the other race that everyone's really concerned about, because they are getting the 10% to their damage. So I'm going to write this down real quick. I want to write down that damage. So I don't know if it's exact, if I got the right numbers, but and excuse me guys, I have something going on with my allergies. I've been getting a lot of strange weather out here in the desert. Like one day it'll be like 60 degrees and clear. Next day it'll be rainy and 28 degrees. And it's not snowing. It's just been really awkward. Let me go ahead and do this, and then we're going to do 1 parse with the Khajiit. As you guys can see here, 16,742 health, 30k stamina. We have less weapon damage, less crit, but we do have that critical damage now under here. So we have 10% critical damage and healing, and of course we do get the 825 health magicka stamina and the 100 health recovery magicka and stamina recovery. And it actually plays quite well into the race, because now we have 1230 here, and then when we drink a potion, just so you can see, 1413. Well, we're going to go ahead and buff up and just get started. 1, 2, 3. And now Khajiit is a lot easier to sustain on too, because of the new raise tropes. That smaller, just that small amount, like you'd be surprised how effective it is. So almost missed that potion there. I did that earlier on a parse. I didn't even realize I didn't use a potion on my Dragon Knight, or on my Dark Elf, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, I better drink that. One, two, three. And then we're going to heavy attack to get some resources, because we are running kind of low. I was hoping to have that Dawnbreaker up again, but there we go. One, two, there we go. So 34,000 with the Khajiit. And as you can see though, our damage was a little bit stronger on some of the crits because of the increase that we get in critical damage. It doesn't show it here though. It doesn't show the critical, the 10% here. So, but it is there. But yeah, I think for what we're seeing right now, just testing wise, so 34,250. And that compared to the Argonian, which was 35,418, the 34,417 on Dark Elf, and the 34,250 on Khajiit, is telling me that they have the races in a pretty close range. Now, I know a lot of people say Orc is going to be more powerful because they have 2,000 stamina with the 258 weapon damage. They're very close to the other races, and I know, don't want to make the video super long, but I just want people to see. Like, I'm going to show you guys the different races so you guys can see for yourselves, and see that. I had like 50 of these things, the race change tokens. So if that tells you guys anything, like, I've been really focused in on doing this. But yeah, the Orc isn't bad. It's going to be one of the top DPS for in-game. Khajiit and Dark Elf is going to go that like, those three are pretty well equal in damage. So, and then the Orc passives are pretty good. So we get the 2,000 max stam, we get 1,000 extra health, we get that 600 health whenever we use a weapon ability, which is kind of nice. And then we get the Swift Warrior, which is the 258 weapon damage, the sprint cost reduction, all that. So here we go. Just like before, we're going to go ahead and start buffing. And one, two. Come on. Don't be bugging with me today. And the reason I'm using the 3 million dummy and not a 6 million dummy, because 6 million dummy takes a long time to get everything. So, 1, 2, 3, potion, 4 bars. I'll probably get a really bad parse with this for some reason, but heavy attack. There we go. So 33,303. Now, not my best. My best within was 35. So 33,303. Wow. So, I mean, if you look at the races right now, stamina-wise, they're looking pretty close to each other. Even if you're looking at, the Templar, because even though the Khajiit does get that 10% extra critical damage, Orcs get the weapon damage, Dark Elves get the weapon damage, Wood Elves and Red Guards do get higher stamina. They get equal to the Orc, but the Orc doesn't have the sustain like the Wood Elf and the Red Guard. So there's a lot of different factors that play into this. And because of that, we can do a lot of different things. We can use different food. Now remember, all these ones are using the same food. They're all using Dubious Cameron Throne. They're all using Warrior Pots. Straight down the line. So, but yeah, it's showing some pretty equal results right now, for at least for me. I'm sure other people are going to get different results. I know that, like Asian, when he did his parse test, he used the races with the class that's going to be the most dominant for Stam DPS, because he's an in-game person. And I know he's been doing that, and he's been showing results very similar, usually within 1 to 2,000 of each other, or even that. Usually like not even a percentage difference between the different races. And it's really interesting to see like what other people are getting. Like I know Lyco's testing right now, the one of the top DPS for Hodor. I know Mazel's testing. Asian's probably testing, myself, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are parse testing to get a general idea or feel for this update and how things are working with the racial passives. Now, I did say the 20% increase was going to be bad for certain things. As you can see, I'm using Dubious Cameron Throne on an Orc, and I can pull it off because I can get the extra health. So I can dump everything stamina still and pull it off. If I'm playing like even a Wood Elf, I can still do it because I don't need to worry so much about my health, because I'll have 15k health, almost 16k health with Dubious Cameron Throne. In the last update, like on live right now, if I use Dubious Cameron Throne with my setup on live, I actually have less health. I have about 16k on my I have about 14k on my Wood Elf. But now on live, or now on PTS, I have 15k, almost 16k health. And if I'm with somebody who's using Ebon Armor, I don't know if it affects us yet. I need to look to see if we gain the CP advantage from Ebon as well, from the 1,000 something, because if we do, that'll put me at about 18k health with a Wood Elf. So that'll be really, not, I won't say super powerful, but it'll be really good. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to do racials real quick so you guys can see. Wood Elves have amazing sustain now. This right here isn't bad. This right here is really good. The Hunter's Eye thing, I still don't get it. So here we are. Almost, like I said, almost 16k health. 31k, almost 32k stamina. 1461 stamina recovery. I mean, the Wood Elf is really good right now for a stamina DPS. If you have problems sustaining, like Wood Elf, Red Guard are going to be the best options for you. If you don't have problems sustaining, any other race, like literally any race, will work. Breton stamina DPS, High Elf stamina DPS, Argonian stamina DPS, it doesn't matter. Like, you do end up with like more magicka if you're playing a Breton or a High Elf. But the damage difference is very, very small because of the racial. Like, I don't know how it works out that way, where the damage difference is within like 4 or 5% of each other. And even 4 and 5%, I know a lot of people complain about, but when it comes to in-game, like if you're running competitively, it's better to go with a race that's going to fit that, yes. But if you're not, and you're just running to get the content done, race will not matter. Like, at all. If I can sustain on every race with a Dragon Knight, then anyone should be able to sustain on any race with anything. I will admit Dragon Knight's a little bit easier for me to sustain with, because it has nothing to do with the passives, the racial passives that make it good. It's the class passives, like Helping Hands, the Roar, Mountain's Blessing, that kind of stuff. Like whenever you use certain things, and the way the class works, like with the Earth and Heart, you get the Battle Roar, where you get ultimate, you get resources back when you cast an ultimate. You get the Mountain's Blessing, You get minor brutality, which makes it you a little bit more damage dealing wise, and then you get the helping hands, where you get 990 stamina every time you use a Earth and Heart ability. So every time I cast this, which is every third rotation, I get almost 1,000 stamina back. So it's kind of a nice like return. And then of course there's other passives in here too that come into helping. So, but yeah. So that's what we're seeing right now on PTS. At least from my side, that's what I'm seeing. I haven't been in touch with Asian or Mazel or anyone else on this matter yet. Mainly because everyone's like pretty hardcore into testing. So, but I did want to get this video done as soon as possible, so that way I could show you guys at least the stamina side of stuff. I will be doing Magicka parsing also today. I'm going to be doing both Magicka and stamina, and I will be doing tests with all the races again, just like I did with the stamina side. And I will be using Dubious Cameron Throne with the spell power pots, so just so I can get a somewhat accurate result. And I'm going to be running Scoria, Mother's Sorrow, and Alhambris for the build. On the Magicka side, because that to me is what most people would run, because Zons you have to be really close, and it's not ideal, I don't think, unless you're playing like a Mag DK or a Mag Templar. Like if you're playing those two, then yeah, I can see it, but if you're not, it's just like Zons isn't really worth it in most cases. Like the new trials, it's okay, but like Asylum Sanctorum, no. That's a bad idea. But yeah, so I want to check out, I'll check out all the different classes. I've just done DK right now, so I've got to go through every class still. I've got to go Nightblade, I've got to go Templar, Warden, all that stuff. And then I got to do the same thing with Mag DPS. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But that's what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope it sheds some light on some things. Like I said, this is not 100% accurate because I can't do a raid parse because I don't have other people to test with right now. Everybody I know won't be on until this weekend for testing. So I'm kind of like in limbo right now. But I will be on this weekend doing some testing as well, so I'll pretty much be on PTS until everything goes live. But yeah, so you guys know what's coming next. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos by me, you can subscribe. Other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and this guy might see you in game. Bye.